time for the Robin's Nest Live. Today is Wednesday in the Nest, and that means that we're going to be working on our ear training. We're working on our ear training, and today specifically, we are going to be working on the number system. Okay, we are going to practice recognizing which chords are which using the number system. So the way this is going to work today is I'm going to play some chords for you, right? I'm going to set you up. Don't worry. I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to set things up. I'm going to make sure that you know what key you are in, all right? I'm going to play a chord, and then I'm going to play a different chord from the scale. And what I want you to do in the chat is tell me the number of the chord that I am playing, okay? We are working the number system today. If you don't know how to use a number system, I think that this will give you a good understanding of how it works. I think you will catch on to how it works. But essentially, the way that the number system works is that in any scale, right, or we'll start with our major scale, right? In the major scale, we have 7 unique notes, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That's 7 unique notes. Then we start again at the top. And every number of the scale is assigned a particular chord. Okay, that's how the number system works. So when you hear people talking to each other in numbers, when you hear like band members speaking to each other in numbers, they are telling each other or speaking to each other about chords. Okay, so using the number system, we are going to basically determine what chords we're hearing today. We're going to practice the number system today. So let's get to it. We're going to have a lot of fun together today. But you know how it is in the Robin's Nest. Say hello if you're going to hang out for today's session. Say what's up in the chat so I could say hello back to you. All right. And let me just make sure that I have everything I need on the screen. But yeah, I'll explain the rules one more time for this ear training game we're going to be playing today. Let's see. Hold on. Just want to make sure I've got everything in front of me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, cool. So again, if you're hanging out today for today's ear training session, say what's up. Hi, Chris. How are you? Say what's up in the chat. I would love to say hello back to you. And just in case this is your first time hanging out with me, my name is Ashley Robin. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, and I'm also a musicianship coach. And that last part basically means that whatever makes you fully the music creator you desire to be, whether that's vocal, songwriting, ear training, or production, I'm your girl. I coach in all 4 of those areas. I'd be so happy to help you. I would be thrilled to get you to the next point in your music journey. There's so many other things I could say, but I think I'm going to get straight to the exercises for today. All right, so let's do it. Once more, if you're just joining me, we're training the number system today. All right, so this is how it's going to work. I'm going to play a chord to put us in our key. Okay, we're going to do this purely by ear. I'm going to play a chord to put us in our key. In fact, I think we'll even sing through the scale really quick just to, ground ourselves in the key. Then I'm going to play a chord to quickly explain the number system one more time. Essentially, we've got 7 notes in the scale, and every note of the scale has its own chord assigned to it. Okay, and so you can tell which chord is being played. There's a number of things that help you understand which chord is being played. Number 1, it is what number do you hear in the bass, right? What number of the scale is in the bass. Number 2, what is the quality of the chord, right? So for instance, in the major scale, the order is the 1 chord is a major chord, the 2 and the 3 are minor, the 4 and the 5 are major, the 6 is minor, and the 7 is diminished. Right? So if I hear a 7 in the bass and I hear a diminished chord on top, then I know that I'm hearing a 7 chord, right? So that's kind of how it works. But let's work through it. And let me just say, if you do want more in-depth, a more in-depth explanation of the number system from me, I teach the number system every Better Ear Bootcamp session. So Better Ear Bootcamp is a free 3-day virtual session that I do where I teach how to hear what key you're in, how to use the number system, and how to harmonize. So if you want to get a more in-depth explanation of the number system from me, definitely come to Better Ear Bootcamp. It's absolutely free. The link to sign up should be in my description if you're watching me on YouTube. And if you're watching me on Insta or TikTok, the link is in my profile. All right, but let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. We got to change the vibes over. Okay, make sure that we have the right vibes going. All right. That might be a little loud. Turning it down. All right, so this is what we're working with today. All right, first things first. Let's ground ourselves in the key. All right? So we're going to be, let me see. Because not only do we need to be in a particular key, we also need to be in a key that I am good at playing. All right, so we'll be here. This is the key that we're in for now. You may change keys later. Right? So that's the tonal center of the key. So that means this is 1. Okay? And so quickly, let's just run through our major scale. Hi, Tay. Hello, honey. Let's see. I'm glad. Yes. Invite me when you're teaching numbers. Let me know. I'd love to come see how you do it too. All right, cool. So, this is the one. Let's sing our major scale together. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Each one of those numbers is its own separate thing. Okay. That's what makes a number system work. You have to be able to differentiate 1 from 2 and 2 from 3 and 3 from 4, etc., etc. So you can't hear, for instance, this and call it 5 because that's not 5, that's 7. Okay? Or you can't hear this and call it 3 because that's not 3, that's 5. Right? That's what makes this whole thing work. So you've got to. Oh yeah? 5 Pacific is 3 Eastern? Send me a link. I'd love to come check you out. But yeah, so I lost my train of thought. Yes, make sure that you're calling the numbers by their proper, name. Okay? Or make sure that you are assigning the right number to the right sound is what I should say. That's a huge part of making this work. All right, cool. So, if this is 1, then that makes this the 1 chord. 1, okay. In fact, let's go through them all really quick. This keyboard's kind of short. I may not be able to get through all of them. I might have to change the key. In fact, I think I will. I've changed the key. All right, so now we're in the key of C. All right, this will be easier for me because my keyboard is really small. But let's sing our major scale again. This is 1. You can go 1, whatever makes you happy. Okay, here we go. Let's sing the scale. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Now, let's listen to all the chords in the scale real quick, and then I'm going to test you on them. All right, but the number one way to tell is what's going on in the bass. Okay, what's going on in the bass? So the 1 chord sounds like this, right? That's a major chord, right? So the 1 chord of a major scale is major. Okay, next chord would be 2. That's a 2 chord. That's what it sounds like. 2, 2 is in the bass. Okay, next would be 3. 3, 3. There you go. That's what a 3 chord sounds like. It's minor. Now 4. 4, 4. The 4 chord is major as well. Okay. Next is 5. 5. My A key is broken. Let me do it this way. 6. That's the 6th chord. It's minor. 6. Okay. And then finally, the 7 chord is diminished. All right, sounds very tense. And then we get back up to the 1. Okay. And 1 is major. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So we got 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, minor, minor, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, and major 1. Cool? Do you feel? And that was me running through it like super fast. But again, like I said, if you want to learn the number system more in depth with me, then definitely come to Better Ear Bootcamp next week. I'm going to be doing a 3-day free virtual event where I teach how to hear what key you're in, how to follow the number system, and how to harmonize. Okay, so that's next week. That's May the 20th. What? Through the 22nd. Where is May going? But all right, let's do it. So this is 1. 1, 1, 1. Oh, good question, Yana. Does the diatonic sequence apply to the modes? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But because the modes are the major scale in different order, that means that the chord sequence is in different order too. But yes, Yana, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's do it. So remember, this is the object of the game. I'm going to play the 1 chord. Then I'm going to play another chord, and I want you to tell me in the chat the number of the 2nd chord that I'm playing, okay? The 1st chord is always going to be 1, but the 2nd chord is the one I want you to tell me if you know what it is, okay? Let's do it. So here's your 1 chord, okay? What chord is this? That's kind of hard because let me do it a different way because my A key is broken. All right. What chord is that? Tell me in the chat. This is 1. Okay, so what's? And then a couple more times. This is 1. What chord is this? One more time. This is 1. So who is this? All right, let me check the chat. I don't see any answers on YouTube yet. Let me see. Okay, the answers are pouring in. Let me check. So let's listen to it a couple more times, right? I'm seeing a mixture of correctness and not yet correctness, right? So the chord is major, but I want you to tell me the number, okay? Here we go. One more time. This is the 1 chord. So what chord is this? One more time. 1 chord. So who is this? Okay. Yeah, most of us on TikTok are correct. So that is the 4 chord. How do I know? There's 2 ways that I know. I know because there's a 4 on the bottom. 4. And I also know because the chord itself is major. Ba, ba, ba. How do I know if a chord is major? I can sing Sesame Street over it. Sunny days, right? So just in case you don't know your difference between the major and minor chord yet, that can be a neat little reference that you use. All right, cool. All right, let's do it. Let's do another one. Here we go. So here is, this is still 1. What chord is this? This is 1. What chord is this? This is 1. chord is this? Throw it in the chat. This is one. What chord is that? Okay, let me check the chat. Do we have any answers yet? Of course, I'm compelled to speak on rhythm. Yes, major sounds right. I'm glad you like that reference, Tamika. That reference makes me happy too. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Let me know. Is it Tamiko? Let me know. Let me know. But okay, if there was a medal that I was giving out to the streaming platform, TikTok is beating all y'all. Okay, so TikTok, yeah, y'all are correct. That is a 2 chord, right? How do I know? Because in the bass I hear a 2, and the chord is minor. See, that's got a darker sort of feeling than the major. And then secondly, another way I like to remember is that if I can sing Stevie Wonder's All I Do over it, then it's a minor chord. So that's a pretty cool one for the minor chord. All right, ready for the next one? Thank you for the follow, Tina. Let's do another one. Here we go. I'm going to try to make it challenging. I don't even know if I can. How do I make this challenging? I don't know. Anyway, here we go. This is the 1. Okay, so what chord is that? Okay, here is 1. What chord is that? This is the 1. What chord is that? Yeah, it's a major chord, but what's the number? What's the number of the chord? Ooh, and a 1. Don't get complicated, Ashley. Keep it simple. There's the 1. And then reminds you, don't stop believing. Okay, so Renz, you're actually giving me intervals. I just want the number. Sorry, y'all. So what's the chord? What's the number of the chord? All right. Okay, I see you on TikTok. Let me check around for some more answers. Yeah, TikTok is winning. Too bad I don't have any prizes. But all right, if you're saying that was a 5 chord, you're absolutely correct. There it is. That's the 5 chord. Okay, so how do I know it's a 5 chord? Because if I'm in this key, I hear a 5 in the bass. And there it is. So I hear a 5 in the bass, that's number 1. Second thing I hear is that the chord itself is major. So those 2 things are giving me my understanding of what number chord I'm listening to. Okay, let's do another one. So here is the 1. And this is gonna be a little tricky. You know what? Yeah, okay. I can only do the 6th chord if I change the key. The reason is my A key is broken, so I'll have to pick another one. So let's do it. Here we go. Here is the 1. What chord is that? This is the 1. What chord is this? Here is the 1. What chord is this? If this is the 1, 1, 1, then what chord is this? If this is the 1, here's the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then what is this? Ooh, if this is 1. 2 more times. 1. Then what's this? Drop your number in the chat and let me know if this is 1. What chord is this? Okay, I'm seeing mixed reviews in the chat on this one. Okay, let me check around. So TikTok, I see your answers. YouTube is quiet. All right, no problem. So is Instagram is quiet. All right, but that was the 3 chord. That was the 3 chord. So how do I know? 1, 2, 3. There's a 3 in the bass, and the chord itself is minor. Okay, so all I do. Okay, I think I threw some of y'all off because before I played it, I mentioned the 6th chord, but that didn't have any bearing on what chord I was about to play. Okay, all right, cool. Let's change the key now. I am gonna change the key, and I'm gonna take the bass out. I'm only gonna play root position triads. Okay, this is gonna be better for me because my keyboard is very tiny. Would you all like to see my keyboard? This is the little baby that I teach you on all the time. I need a longer one. I need a bigger keyboard. So if there are any brands out there, who need promo for their super fancy MIDI keyboard, I would love to volunteer. I volunteer as tribute because I need a new one. But you know, if it's got 66 keys or 88 keys, preferably. All right, so let's change the key. All right, cool. So this is gonna be the new key. This is the key we're in. We were actually in this key earlier, but I changed it. All right, so this is the new key. Alrighty, so here we go. If this is 1, then what chord is that? This is 1. Then what chord is this? Okay, this is 1. What chord is this? This is 1. What chord is this? 2 more times. 1. And then a. Last time. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Let me check for answers. I see y'all on TikTok. Okay. All right. Okay. The bass and the chord itself is minor. Cool. Let's do another one. And then you know what we'll do? We are going to do multiple chords. Let's see if we can catch a progression. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. So, if this is 1, then what is that? If this is 1, then who is that? This is 1. So what's this? Throw the number in the chat if this is 1. Then what's this? What we thinking? What chord is this? One more time. This is 1. And this is what? Okay, checking around. Let me check the chat. The chats across the board. Instagram, what is going on with y'all? Y'all are so quiet. What is going on? Instagram and YouTube, y'all are staring at me and not saying a thing. Okay, but if you guessed that the chord was 7, you're right. That is the 7 chord. How do I know? Because this is 1. We had a 7 in the bass. So that's the first thing that I catch on to is what number is in the bass. And then the other thing I'm listening for is the fact that there is a diminished chord on top. The diminished chords sound very tense. They're very like, there's a train coming, get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? It's very, if you watch a lot of my content, this is the feeling of Locrian. This is Locrian mode, right? It's very like, ugh. Right? So those are all the things that I use to remember the qualities of the chords that I'm listening to, right? And that's how the number system works. You pay attention to what's going on in the bass, because the bass is the identifying note of the harmony. And then you pay attention to the chord itself, right? Because just because you hear a 5 in the bass does not mean it's a 5 chord all the time. Just because you hear a 7 in the bass does not mean it's a 7 chord. So you have to put all of your ear training knowledge together to use the number system. All right, let's try some chord progressions, right? So we're gonna stay in the same key. I'm not gonna play the 1 chord first anymore, unless it's part of the progression, all right? But we're gonna do, let's do 4 chords. I'm not the best keyboardist, so I'm gonna try to finagle some chord progressions for us here. All right, but let me download. All right, hold on. That's the key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. All right. All right, let's try it. It's gonna be very jumpy aroundy, but we'll be okay. So when you feel like you know the progression, put it in the chat. All 4 numbers. I want to see 4 numbers in the chat as your answer, okay? Here we go. And what chord progression is this? Throw the numbers in the chat. What are we doing here? Throw me the numbers. This is the key that we're in. This is the key we're in. Oh, oh, oh. What are the numbers? Two more times around. Give me the chords in the chat, please. That's okay, we're practicing. We are practicing. What's the progression, y'all? Last time. Okay. So the progression is 1, 4, 5, 6, right? You gotta use your scale. This is 1, this is 4, this is 5, and then it's 6. How do I know? Because the 1 is major, yeah, and then the 4 is major, and the 5 is major, and the 6 is minor, right? Yeah. 4 and 5 can be easy to mix up. Absolutely. I totally get that. So that's why you really want to lean into, okay, what am I hearing in the bass? The way to get good at your number system is going to always be get really, really, really tight with your major scale. You got to know your major scale, and you have to know it like the back of your hand, because if you know all the numbers of the major scale like as individual things, when you hear it in the bass, it'll be that much easier for you to pick up on it. Another thing that happens when you practice your number system is that you also start to realize that every chord has its own feeling, like it does a certain thing to the music. And though 4 and 5 are similar, they have a different kind of gravitas. They have a different feeling. So the more you study it, the more you're going to be able to tell the difference between the two. Let's do another one. All right. Let's see. How are we going to do this? All right, let's do this. Here we go. And what's this one? 4 numbers. I need to see in the chat. We're still in the same key. Okay, this is 1. So what are the chords that are happening? Throw it in the chat. What's the chord progression? What do you think it is? Throw it in the chat. What's the chord progression? What do you think it is? Ooh, throw it in the chat. What's the chord progression? What do you think it is? Put it in the chat. What's the chord progression? What do you think it is? Good. Okay. 2 more times. Okay, this is a 6. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 4. And then it's a 5. Start over. It's a 6. And this is a 5. Go down to a 4. And we end with a 5. Okay, so it's a loop, but the chord progression is 6, 5, 4, 5. 6, 5, 4, 5. That's what you should have got. Let me check the chat. Hello, Heart of Shar. Okay, it was a little mixed up there, but you got the chords that were in the progression, and that's the important part. Now, what might have happened is you might have come on in the middle of me playing the loop, and so that can also change the way you perceive the chord progression. But I was playing a 6, 5, 4, 5. All right, last one. Are you ready? We're gonna do one more. All right, and maybe next time we'll do minor chord progressions. We'll do minor chords, or I should say the chords of the minor scale. Okay, we'll do a minor progression. But all right, let's see. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Okay, let's try this. Okay, still the same key. What you think? It's a what you got? Got distracted. And then and then few more times. What do you think the progression is? It's a and then a one more time. It's a and then a and then a and then a okay. Checking around, checking around, checking around, checking around. What you think? Okay, I'll play it again. This is a 2, and then a 5, and then a 1, and then a 6, right? So 2, 5, 1, 6. And there are so many songs that go like this. Unfortunately, I can't think of any at the moment. But, like, am I thinking of the right thing? Nope, I'm not. But yeah. Ooh, Rens. Yeah, the 2-5-1 is the backbone of jazz. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that was a 2-5-1-6. 2-5-1-6. So, definitely, if you have not made a point to learn your number system, do it. Do it. Okay? There are so many ways that you can. I would say that if you're going to DIY it, just really lock in on that major scale. Learn your scale like the back of your hand. Make sure that you know what every sound of every number is. It's almost like you have to tie the number to the sound, because if you don't tie the number to the sound, it's going to be difficult for you to, associate the numbers with their appropriate chords, because every scale degree, when I say scale degree, I'm talking about the different numbers of the scale. Every scale degree has an assigned chord, okay? So if you're not the best with your scale degrees, it will be a bit difficult for you to, really accurately say which chord is which, right? So if you're going to DIY it, really learn your major scale, and then memorize the chord pattern. What is a diatonic chord series? It is major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, and then you start over again. So you got to memorize that. If you don't know your chord qualities, you must learn your chord qualities. You have to be able to differentiate a major chord from a minor chord, from a diminished chord, from an augmented chord, and all the other chords that there are, right? So you want to definitely get up on that. But that is the beginning of really mastering your number system. If you would like some help, though, that is what the Robin's Nest is all about. And I actually have a system that teaches you the number system, and it gives you practice. So just the same way that we practice together today, I have a module that will teach you exactly according to what we just did. So if you want guidance through it, you want a structured pathway to learn the number system, the Robin's Nest has that. So let me know. Let me know if you need it. But yeah. So this has been, I think, a really great ear training session. I think we did great today. Everybody who participated, you did a great job. I'm proud of you. And so I will be back on live on Friday. Fridays in the Robin's Nest Live, we do vocal agility practice. And this Friday, I have a very specific angle that we're going to have the conversation from. We're going to talk about how to master ideas that will help you in your ability to create your own runs. So for instance, when you learn a run, it should never be to just learn the run for the sake of learning the run. Or you know what? Let me not put hard lines on things. You can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Okay? Crown and Gem, I see you. I'm going to send you a DM as soon as I get off. And I'll make sure that you have the thing that I'm talking about. The system that teaches the number system. But yeah, when you learn a run, you want to make sure that you have the ingredients of the run. It's not just about learning a run for the sake of learning a run. You want to make sure that you master the patterns that are within the run. And that's the thing that allows you to then be able to create your own runs. A lot of times when folks, they get started with vocal lessons, and if their goal is vocal agility, because, not everybody cares about vocal agility in that way. But one of the first things that people are concerned with is, how do I make my own runs? How do I get out of just doing the things that I've heard before? And I'll tell you, it's the way that we're learning runs that's prohibiting us from actually putting together our own patterns. Okay, so when you learn a run, and this is how we're going to look at it on Friday. When you learn a run, the idea should be to extract, like, what are the figures? What are the patterns that were used to create this run? What scales were used to create this run? How do I know where this run fits? How do I know where to put this sound, right? Where else does this run work? And if you ask yourself all those questions, that's going to be the thing that makes you a better putter together, or a better putter together, putter togetherer of runs and improvisational, thingies. Okay. So that's on Friday. We're going to go through that on Friday. So let me just double check. Crown and Gem and Yana, I'm going to send you some information about the system that I have that will teach you the number system. I'm going to do that right now as soon as I get off live. Let me check if there's anybody else. Hello. I'm very glad. I'm glad that you stuck around, and I'm glad that it was helpful. I said, love the trainer. Glad that you were here. Okay. And Heart of Shar. Okay, you already got the answer on that one. I think you guessed a 44516, but it was a 2516. All right, y'all. Great job. I hope to see y'all again on Friday. But until then, this has been the Robin's Nest Live. I've been Ashley Robin. Keep taking care of your voices. Keep training your ears. And I'll see y'all again very soon.